Hello guys, welcome back to the crew calling all units. Comparison test number 31. We are still covering the race specs, and the last category in that race specs are the bikes. We have three contenders there. We'll start with the BMW 144 horsepower, only 311 kilograms. But yeah, the bikes are patched in April 2016, which makes them a little bit trickier to handle than before. Before April 2016 they were kinda, in race spec they were kinda smoking everything, in dirt spec they were smoking everything, and also in street performance and circuit. So it was a bit too OP, and they have patched the handling of the bikes, and that makes them suddenly way less interesting to drive. They're sliding about all over the place, and it's way harder to keep them stable. This is a pretty speedy track, so you can sort of handle them here, but if you have more corners or sharper corners, then you're gonna have a big problem with the bikes. This BMW 1200, well, I'm not 100% sure, but probably will be the heaviest of the three. The other two are sort of 450cc motocross bikes. This is more of a Dakar bike, and yeah. Hello, Rock. That's what you get with these things. But I just let the video run anyway, because seeing the other two are lighter, they also will be faster. It's as simple as that. I've done a couple of runs with these bikes, and it was always the same. This BMW is out of these three, very often you're going to end up with this in something like a stunt race, because it's heavier, it lands faster, and it's pretty stable on landings. So for a stunt race this thing is pretty good, but if it comes down to speed and time attacks, then the lighter bikes will be faster. It's as simple as that. But it's sliding about, and it's constantly fighting. That's sort of what you have with the bikes now. It's not only it's, well, basically in every spec. With the performance in the circuit bikes, you can hardly take a corner. The street bikes, if it's raining, you can even hardly drive them. If it's dry, it's kinda okay, but acceleration and speed they have, but the handling is completely gone. And that results in a 240.5 for the BMW. But since we only have one place left in the winner's battle, it's not gonna be the BMW. It's either gonna be the Kawasaki or the KTM. Kawasaki 450 139 horsepower, which is a little less than the BMW, but it's way lighter as well. This is also kind of a Dakar version of the motocross bike. But if you have like a jump like this is kind of okay, but if you do these in a stunt race with the ramps, very often the bikes get stuck in gear on a hard landing, and then you have the problem that these lightweights suffer from it more than the BMW. That's why the BMW is not only better on the landings, but also doesn't suffer that much from that gear buck or whatever it is. In dirt it was not that good. The KTM was better in dirt, I believe. but in rate it seems to be okay. If you don't steer too much with it, if you can keep it stable. That's when you need to watch it. If you if it starts to slide about a little bit, then you need to watch what you're doing. Also on the jumps, do not lean forward or these things, they will start doing stunts. If you lean forward in the air, it's gonna do a front flip. A 232.4. That is definitely not a bad time. If you consider that something like a Mustang did 230, the Countryman, the Touareg 230, 229 for the Camaro 1969, then this 232 for a bike is definitely not a bad time. 232.441. 168 horsepower, only 203 kilograms here for the KTM 450. So the BMW a 240, the Kawasaki a 232. I'm assuming we have to look at the time of the Kawasaki here with this KTM. Kawasaki is calling all units when it came into the game. The KTM and the BMW were there with the Wild Run. Well, it's to say the KTM was, I think it was there with the release of Wild Run. When they released the bikes, the KTM was one of the first ones available in street, dirt and rate. And then you had performance and circuits, the BMW 1000 and the Kawasaki Ninja H2 were sort of the bike that we started with. And then they added the BMW as a summit reward, if I'm not mistaken, January, February 2016. Those 2 months that bike could be won from the summit. And so then it was BMW versus KTM. And now with calling all units, they brought the Kawasaki 450, sort of a third contender in rate spec. For the stunt race, the BMW. For time attacks, the KTM always. That was sort of how it was. So it's kind of have a look around if the Kawasaki where it actually ends up compared to those two. For the stunt race, it's probably going to be still going to be the BMW. Oops, bit more sliding here. Yeah, and once it starts sliding, then you're fighting with the bikes. That's the problem with it. If you can keep it stable, they are still good. But once it starts sliding, it was a bit more of a fight with this one than with the Kawasaki. And yet a 232.2. So the Kawasaki and the KTM 450 in rate spec, which was not the case in dirt spec. Then the KTM won by quite a margin, if I'm not mistaken. But in rate spec they are pretty close. But seeing I was fighting with the KTM a little more than with the Kawasaki, I'm assuming you might be able to do a 231 or something with this thing. And therefore I will put the KTM in the winner's battle. But you could as well take the Kawasaki. As you could see, they're not that far apart time-wise in race spec. Whatever you prefer, I guess. But I will put the KTM into the winner's battle with 4 of the utilities: the Silverado, the Ram, the Countryman, and the Touareg. The winner of the retro category, the Camaro 1969. The winner of the muscle category, the Mustang 2011. The winner and also only contender in the supercars, the Rough RT35. The winner of the sports category, the Rough 3400, and only contender and therefore also winner in the hot hatch category, the Ford Focus. So we will have 9 cars and 1 bike in the winner's battle, and that will be for the next time. I will see you guys then, and bye for now.